Hey guys, it's Kawaii Creep here. Today, doing something a little different. I haven't posted in a while, and that's because I just moved. And I didn't just move to the next town over, and I didn't just move to another state. I moved all the way across the world from little old Utah to Melbourne, Australia. The reason I moved here is because I've been in a long distance relationship for quite some time, and about a year and a half ago we started saying we should live together, we should, take this to the next level. And it took up until now for that to happen, so I'm really happy to be here finally. So if you want to hear more about what took me so long, what it's like to be in a long distance relationship, all that kind of stuff, let me know. I can kind of talk about that kind of stuff. But for today, what I wanted to talk about was I actually surprised William, my boyfriend. I came here to Australia 3 days earlier than he thought I was. So the reason I was able to do this was because I also moved my dog here with me, which was a massive pain in the ass, okay? It was really expensive. And there were a lot of steps and time limits on everything we had to do. And I started preparing for this in February. So with that, I thought that my earliest move-in date would be August the 17th. However, about a month and a half ago, I realized I had made a mistake and I could actually come here 3 days earlier. So without telling William, I just continued the ruse that I was going to be there on the 19th of August. When he asked me for my ticket, my flight information, I actually did the most ghetto editing job. I'll show you guys what I did. I used the Instagram photo editor and he just completely fell for it.
Yeah, so I just opened up the little Instagram story editor thing and I just colored out the date and went ahead and added the fake date. I was really worried that it was going to be obvious that it looked fake because the type wasn't the same and the blue color wasn't the same. So I ended up showing it to a lot of people and asking them, does this look real? Does this look real? And they all said, yeah, I mean, I can't really see why it wouldn't. So it totally worked. So I just saved this screenshot and sent it to him.
He had no idea. I thought that he was gonna be suspicious or I was gonna slip up or something, but no, he had no idea. So on the night that I flew out, I told him I was camping with my family and I would not have service for some time. That way he wouldn't be suspicious, why isn't she answering my texts for like 16 hours? And again, completely fell for it. Had no idea. And I even had some pictures saved from the beach so I could send them to him and be like, oh, here's the beach we camped at and stuff. It completely worked. Then I arrived at the Melbourne airport and I had to take the sky bus to Southern Cross Station. That took about 20 or 30 minutes. And then I had to take a train from Southern Cross Station to one of the last stations toward our house. That took about 40 to 50 minutes. And then I was gonna take a bus, but at that point I was like, fuck it, and I got an Uber because I couldn't handle it anymore. But all up, it was about 2 hours of travel after being on a 16-hour international flight. And I was hauling a massive amount of luggage, so I was just like dragging my stuff down the street, and I was so tempted to just call him and be like, can you please pick me up, I can't do this. But I made it to the house, I got inside, he was at work, and I waited and waited and waited and waited, and I was still trying to keep up the ruse that I was in the States. So I just had to at some point say, okay, I'm going to bed, which was at about maybe 4 in the afternoon here. And William has a tendency to go to work late and stay at work really late. And I've constantly been trying to tell him, can you please try to go to work earlier and leave earlier because, that fits with my schedule better. And I was kind of pushing him on that over the last few weeks because I wanted him to come home at a reasonable time so I could surprise him. But I ended up waiting and waiting, and it turned out he was going to dinner with friends after work, so it was even longer. And I was starting to get really impatient, and I knew who he was at dinner with, and I actually ended up sending them a message saying, please don't tell William, but I'm waiting at his house to surprise him. Can you please get him to go home? And just when I sent that message, I heard his car pull up. So I switched off the lights really quick, and I actually was able to capture his reaction.
Ah, fuck! Fuck! Hey, hey. I'm sorry the house isn't. Fuck. I'm sorry the house is a dump. I was going to clean on Saturday.
So yeah, I can't get enough of that video. I've been watching it over and over again. It's so funny. I surprised the shit out of him. I kind of scared him, which I felt a little bad, but it was totally worth it. And he had no idea. Like, I was sure that at some point he was gonna figure it out, but he really had no idea. So it was super fun, and he was really excited. I'm really glad I got an opportunity to do something fun like that. And people talk a lot of shit on long distance relationships, like, oh, it's so hard, it's not worth it, blah, blah, blah. But I got a chance to do something like that, like a once in a lifetime experience that, you know, only a long distance relationship could actually experience. So I'm really grateful for that. So yeah, guys, I'm here in Melbourne. There's a lot to do. We don't have any furniture, as you can see. He was living in like a tiny one-bedroom apartment before this, and we just moved into a big house. So we gotta put shit together and, you know, start building a cute little house together. We've got a lot of exciting things coming up. Now that I'm here, I'm really happy. I'm so happy to be out of Utah. It was not a healthy place for me. And I'm just stoked that I can be with the love of my life and document the journey a little bit. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will be coming at you soon with more drama reviews and vlogs and exciting stuff like that. Thanks for watching. Bye.